Breathing is the center. The breath of life was given to all who chose to live. The smallest of rocks, the largest of beasts, all were given the breath of life. When the breath of life remains centered, then you find the divinity of what breath means, what it means to breathe. For a bone and flesh made being is this. Breathing is a necessity of life, rejuvenation of energy, bringing forth oxygen into the blood, remain the cycling of energy so that life can exist and sprout from within. The breath of the whole linked together becomes a larger breath. When two beings of flesh and blood breathe together in the center of breath, more life can become created. The first step is through sexuality, unity of life breathing in the center for connection of two bodies into one, and therefore the breath becomes one. In the center of all things is where you find the most common area. The breath has not been centered here, and this is why the difficulty in the bridge that linked my own voice to this body has been difficult to find. Although I am speaking clearly, and although I am speaking in presence, I am still not breathing from the center in the voice. The voice that I share with you is not centered. It is not breathing from the center. It is not executing central energy. Although the energy is close enough to the center where we can share in the way that we desire, we will continue to share one thing, one voice, one centered breath of the day. Resistance has been here for you. It has been here for you. It has been here for many. What keeps this resistance? Losing sight of what the center is. This is where most of you have lost your sight in your spiritual journey. Most of you desire to be in the center, to be in your breath, and the center of your breath to remain equal to all other portions within you. The center is equal to the off-center. The center is equal to the line. The center is equal to things outside of the line of the being that you are. All of the energies are equal, but the center is where I desire to be. The center for those of you who have come to this planet to find whatever definition of alignment that you have for yourself. You are not in your center if you're not finding your happiness. Although you understand quite well the journey in the heart, the mind, and the soul that brings you to the precipice of your desires, the precipice of energy that helps you find the ever-presence of the center of yourself, the one that finds the desire to move towards, as enlightened as you may be in this life, finding the center as your question mark at the end of the sentence. It is the thing that all of you seem to chase, but it finds trouble grasping, finds trouble remaining within your center. There's so many distractions that each of you carry. Understanding that off-centered energy is still valid. Not finding your center is just as important. We're here to work with you who want to be in the center. We will not discriminate to work only with those who are in the center or desire strongly to be there, but we will tell you that what we have to share will not resonate with those of you who are not finding your way towards the center. This does not mean you are less valid, but you all who are coming along this journey already know this. Our desire is to speak from the center. For those of you who do not want to hear what is in the center may shut your ears now. We spend our eternal time marking your energetic presence, not on paper, as your biblical terms would have defined us, but in the energy presence of your archival presence, archival energy, archival information. That is where we write your energy. In writing energy, we see why some come towards the center and stay. We see why others continue to move towards the center. We desire for all of those who are moving towards the center at all pace, at all signs, at all speeds, to open your ears now. We know the love that you share for the entities or beings in the presence that your thoughts define as extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional. We know that your love's there with them. Not all of these journeys have been fruitful for some of you. These beings can help facilitate certain aspects going towards the center, starting on your outer line, moving in. Some of them can grab you in any point of this journey that you are on and bring you down to the center. But for many of you, they also bring you distractions. We know how important each mind, each journey is. Many of you will begin to wrap yourselves into where you have come from. What dimension did I live in? What race was I before I came here? What are my fairy ancestors? And although those are valid points, although those are important for one to know in their own journey, they are not in the center. What is in the center is the present moment, the central breath, the life that you experience today. Knowing these things can help some of you move towards the center, but living in those energies will never place you in the center. To be amazed at the wonders of what your soul is, to be amazed at the wonder of what your journey is, can help some of you, but many of you are stuck there. You have labels as star seeds, walk-ins. These serve you not in this life. They only serve you to understand the beginning of that journey. When you hold on to those definitions and energies, you find yourself outside of the center, where many of you are. Some of you still move, some of you are stuck, some of you revert out to the line. Being in the center is the utmost importance for us sharing our energy with you. A new brand of energy that we desire to share with you. Although you see a great difference in us, there is not much. There is only a simple understanding of the importance of being in the center. We exist in the center. The archangel realms, the realms of the masters, you've given them so many pretty names. What are we? What are the archangels? We are you. In the simplest terminologies, we are you. In the more complex terminologies, as we know many of your dear soul friends, many of your dear companions, ones that have come through this physical body, has taught you many things about the outer edges of reality, ones that your brains have difficult times comprehending, many in which you can grasp in a slight manner, but because it's outside of your experience, it becomes more difficult to understand. You understand the basics. You understand that there are 12 energies within a density, that there are 12 densities with 12 layers of energies. 12 matrix, each with 12 densities. We are those who are connected to God. We are those who are connected to the energy that is the Creator. We are in the 12th matrix. We are the last physical being in that 12th matrix. We are the 6th density 12th matrix beings. We are physical, but we are eternal. We are energy, but we are infinite. We are archangels, but we are you. The terms of defiance within you can flare to the top when things that your assessments have brought towards your mind are now being removed. Things of your beliefs that you have held on to so tightly, you grasp onto them. Your reality is not ready for the change, and that's acceptable. Close your ears. Those of you who want to let go of that, who want to understand what it is to live in the center, open your ears. You have overcomplicated so much in your spiritual journey that you have forgotten how to live in the center, that you have forgotten how to live in your central breath. You have forgotten how to breathe life into your soul and feel happiness. Many of you speak of happiness. Many of you talk as if you have met happiness face to face. There are energies that are better than some. Some of you hold on to happiness and define it as true happiness, but what it is one step above boredom. One step above living the miserable life that you came from. One step above existing, and this is not happiness. Happiness is living in the center. What is the center in you? Your heart. Your heart has to be open, but your mind has to also. We don't speak in terms of correct or incorrect, but if you want to live in the center, if you want to live in the way that we live, there is a right way and a wrong way. The right way that we experience has nothing to do with living above boredom, with living above existing. It lives in full joy. You are all capable of doing this. The human experience will bring you many bumps. Living through those bumps with some sort of happiness can be a valid daily ritual for all of you. The only reason that we share through this vessel in this time for the people whose ears are open to hear us is because we can teach you by listening. We can teach you by sharing. But more than anything, we can teach you from you accepting the energy in you that is us. You are all archangels. Accepting nothing but what lies in the middle will set you free. Many of the entities you have spoke directly to have taught you that anywhere in the circle is acceptable. Murdering children could be acceptable. Being grumpy your whole life can be acceptable. And yes, the central energy is the same as the one outside. If you want to live in the center, we are willing to share our experiences so that some of you who truly desire the center may be there with us. Living in this moment. Human psychology is bad. We are going to teach you to reroute your psychology.
Okay.
Bad thinking plagues many of you. We don't say this as an insult. We say it as a fact. We say it as something that we've seen. Us who live in the center can see all things that are not in the center. Although we don't judge what's out of the center, we see it all. We understand the perspective of all that is not in the center. Although Treb and Aridif are closer to the center than any human we're aware of in this time, they are moving towards the center. We are grateful for them.